Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the Ultimate Base 4.0. In today's episode, I want to heavily improve on our power production. We're gonna finish the first part of the geothermal power plant here now that I finally achieved a vacuum again. And I also already started to collect the excess natural gas that we're getting from the second planetoid as well as the natural gas geysers that we have going on here. So this is still incoming from the second planetoid and it's just gonna go into the system. Right now I'm throughputting it. So right now it's first gonna be fed to my natural gas generator, which are almost on all the time, but not quite 100%. And then it's being released in here. Since the natural gas is going down towards the bottom, I cannot use my crusher, at least not right here. We could move it towards the top if we wanted to, or we're just gonna expel the gases. But I still feel like crushing is the safer option, and we have a cable going on right here. Should be easy. And I'm actually gonna make it slightly more efficient by having two sideway doors that aren't powered. So we just need to power these two guys and then maybe set up a little bit of logic. Let's get started with a switch, a little AND gate, and then maybe also a timer sensor right there. Hook this up here and there and there and there. Wonderful, that's all we really needed. As for the bottom part, now that we have achieved a vacuum again, it's time to clean this up. And then I guess I can finally make my way downstairs in order to start digging up the material. Now hold phone, I figured instead of making our way down here, I'm just gonna add a little lip there, cutting off the room. So now we can approach this here from the top and actually start digging it out. And since we have a vacuum going on, I just need to be careful what is gonna drop into the magma. Everything else we can pick up and safely bring to our storage that is gonna be taking care of cooling it down. And maybe to make this a little bit safer, I should go ahead and tile this up a little bit so the hot material is not gonna share heat with the natural gas. This means we can go ahead and deconstruct all of this, including the automation and any power we currently have going on. And I think I'd rather connect this cable here at the bottom than the top. And you know, just like we did here on the top, I think the space that I'm not going to be using, I'm going to fill up with some plastic tiles. Wonderful. Now, once again, we are crushing the gases right here on the top where we should never have natural gas. Well, until we crushed most of the polluted oxygen, that is. I also rerouted the petroleum so that we can once again pick up the work with the petroleum generators, because I believe from the second planetoid right now, we cannot get too much more of the natural gas since this guy, oh, it is actually not dormant anymore. So that's good. We're going to be getting some more gases here. They're actually always nice and cozy and cold, accumulating here at the bottom where I can pick them up. And then there are still the natural gases that we get from the third planetoid. So once we have a different solution here, right now this guy is dormant, but we could go ahead and send this over to the first planetoid eventually, since we're also producing natural gas with the oil wells naturally. But yeah, today I want to focus on this storage and then continuing this part right here. Now, what seems to be the issue? I don't think we have this prioritized enough with all the other building projects. Yeah, let me just wait until the building is done here and then we can tend to the geothermal plant. You know, I just noticed Ren is actually also taking the microchips from the control station here. That is not really what I want to see, because I kind of want to steer the rooms individually, but since they are just taking the microchips from anywhere, that means I probably have to disable the building instead of just taking out the material. At least I would imagine that stops them from also improving the petroleum generators. I don't want to do that right now because of duplicate labor. I'd rather be focusing on the steam turbines here. They're gonna give us 1,200 watts each, which is just absolutely amazing in the current situation we are in. Because every time a certain amount of natural gas generators or geysers becomes dormant, I'm running into power issues. And that will be a thing of the past. Great, now we're finally making some progress here. I'm gonna start with the tiling of this room. And then as for the steam room itself, I think I wanna go with solid charcoal, just to spice it up a little bit. But maybe we just wait with that until we actually have the room ready. Everything else is already in place. We have the power, we have taken care of the steam output. Well, not everywhere. Looks like there are some pipes missing, but you get the general idea. What we still need to do is to actually activate the cooling loop, and that also means we need to bring in some new liquid. Maybe we're just going to do that right here, temporarily bring this down. And then what we could do is mirror the room that we create here on the other side and make a ginormous cooling loop. Along 50% of the route, there's going to be one aqua tuner each. That means I will be starting my conductive panels here with a gap like so, I think. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. I need to get one steam turbine in, and I probably want to mirror it as well. And now I know where the conductive panel goes. That means I can already continue the pipe here and maybe get that cooling loop rolling. I imagine the very end here is where we are switching the cooling loops. So when it cools down all of these steam turbines, it's gonna switch over to the other side, but first go into the aqua tuner, then cool down all the other steam turbines, and then go through this aqua tuner, cool them down here again. So it's kind of in an infinite 8. And I guess all we have to do for that is bring one down here and bring one down there. For now, I'm just gonna loop it this way since we don't have anything of this built, but right here we will be going down through the aqua tuner and then up again. So maybe actually we can already simulate this. Let's say our steam room is gonna be 3 high or so. I then want a metal layer at the bottom, and finally there's gonna be the main layer, the insulated layer. That means my aqua tuner is starting right here, and this would be the output. And then I guess all we have to do is go up again in order to loop back. And oh, I guess I didn't need a vent here. This was totally wrong. Yeah, this is meant for my cooling loop to go back in here and then come out. Okay, perfect. Now I just need a couple of bridges, and I think in the short term, to gain a little bit of igneous rock that I'm missing, I'm gonna exchange some of these pipes. For instance, right here, I have built this all out of igneous rock. We do have lots of sedimentary rock, so I'm gonna replace a whole bunch of these. They really don't need to be a good material. Yeah, check this out. We're crushing 4 kilograms or more in each tile. That means over 12 kilograms crushed right there. And that is because the natural gas is now pushing up everything. All we have left is a little bit of carbon dioxide here. Also looking at the temperatures now, this was clearly able to heat it up a little bit. But if I'm not mistaken, the thingamabob here was dormant, and it's going to be active in 18 cycles when we get a little bit more water back. But we are now running out, though we have to consider there's still a huge storage space right here. I also added another pump here that is solely responsible to supplement the oxygen system, and then the second pump is pumping stuff into the garden. So that is taken care of as well. Alrighty, looks like we're making some progress here. I took myself the liberty of picking everything up here. So now we're ready to set down the aluminium tiles. Aluminium is going to be the best for heat transfer, so I'm choosing this material, but we need to be careful because the overheat or melting point is 660 degrees. That means I need to avoid this touching any of the obsidian here that is at 1500 degrees. It might actually be more secure to use another metal, to be honest. Yeah, maybe let's just screw the overheat temperature. If we compare cobalt, then the thermal conductivity is 100 versus the 54 of steel. So we're gonna go with cobalt. What is the melting point? 1400 degrees. It's still below the magma point. However, the system can run out of hands a little bit more before catastrophic failure. So we're only losing a little bit of thermal conductivity to actually it's half the conductivity. You know what? We're gonna do it with aluminium tiles, but we're gonna try to be smart about it. So I wonder, maybe we should only make this too high, something along these lines. And then beneath that, we have an insulating layer, so we can specifically choose where we want to transfer the heat. So say we transfer the heat every second steam turbine for a total amount of 3 times. This would be a transfer point here. And then all we need to do right here is set up a steel door that is going to be connected to the magma in some way. Now, honestly, if we do things right, we don't even need this insulating layer. So maybe let's not do that right now. Okay, the mechanized airlock is in place. Now, what I want to do is replace at least this tile here with steel, because this one is going to transfer the most heat. So this should be steel and not aluminium, and maybe even just to be on the safe side, we're gonna do the adjacent tiles here with steel as well. And then we're gonna have a whole bunch of aluminium for maximum heat transfer rate. And then all we need is a thermosensor right here with a wire. Let's maybe just make this out of steel so it doesn't suffer here inside the door. And we're gonna say at 200 degrees or so, we wanna open up the door and therefore also shut down the heat transfer from the magma layer. We're gonna be doing the same thing right here and right below here. So let's replace these guys with steel, get a thermosensor in the joint and a little bit of automation wire. Like so. Now I think to be able to get rid of all the gases that are inside the base here that I don't necessarily want anymore, I'm gonna open up this part here with a bunch of airflow tiles. And I'm also gonna remove the background buildings in this area. No, actually that isn't really gonna help me because I think there's still something behind this. Yeah, they will kind of have to flow outside of here, but still, it's gonna help over time to get rid of the gases. There's actually one more thing that we need, and that is a smart battery. Where am I gonna have this? Would have been nice to think of that beforehand, but I guess I'm just gonna set it down here inside the room. We have to build it out of steel, which isn't too tragic in my opinion. And then all we gotta do is hook this up to our steam turbines to decide when to activate them. Okay, now it's time to gain access to the lower portion here a little bit. I'm gonna open up this obsidian part. There's probably gonna be some magma overflowing. Let's just get this through here. Generally, I want to be able to do some maintenance, so I'm just gonna make this all the way over. When it comes to the magma power, I want this to be activated the second. So let's set this to 95%. Actually, thinking about it, we should have a little bit of an overlap. Let's put this to 75 to 90. This one here is gonna be 85 to 95, and this one here is gonna be, let's say, 80 to 90. I don't know, I might switch this around. Just know natural gas first, magma second, and petroleum third. Okay, so far so good. Let's set these guys to a setting that is impossible, or that is actually always true. Say below 9,000 degrees, and that means the doors are always going to be opened, and I can set these up right there. Once the doors are in place, I'm going to replace this with a steel tile, and then we're just going to have to extend it until it reaches the magma. Ooh, I'm inputting too much obsidian right now, so we have a little bit of an overheat problem, but that I think is going to be fine. Woo, look at that. Right now we are taxing the system here a little bit, my cooling system, because of course I'm picking up all of the hot obsidian that I just mined there. Okay, now I'm getting 2 steel tiles in here. That should be fine. Waiting for this door to be built. Maybe let's already get this one here and then replace the other one. As for this part here, it would be great to also have a naphtha liquid lock. So I think I'm gonna try to install that. Give me some good materials here. Yeah, we could just go down like this and then have a little bit of naphtha on top of there. So maybe let me get a bottle emptier here. We can use this very same bottle emptier to get the initial water in the joint. As a matter of fact, we have a problem here when it comes to water. We need the second planetoid right here. How long are you gonna take? 2.4 cycles, and we get some more polluted water that I'm bringing down here as well. At this point, I probably also want to move the ladder over. So once we place the naphtha, there's also a way to get back in there. Is this gonna overflow? No, it just solidified. Now with this guy, I need to be careful because that one would be brought over to my main storage at 1,000 degrees, and that's not something I want. So as of this point, we probably want to add igneous rock here to our sweeping materials, igneous rock, but only if I sweep it up, it should be brought over to this conveyor loader and not this guy here anymore, the automatic dispenser, or taking that out. So now Meep is picking it up and he should be bringing it over. Let's see, right there, where it then can be cooled down with our mechanism. Good, now I think we have everything in place. The logic is right there. We just have to get that ladder going, and therefore also this tile here. We're gonna keep the doors unpowered, so I'm just gonna suppress this. Hold the phone. Before I do that, I first have to build the ladder and also pick up this obsidian piece. Okay, we can get this going. Just a temporary tile right here. This one I can remove in case I need to do maintenance here at the bottom or extend the metal task. And then we can now use this guy in order to get some water into the steam room. Gonna enable auto bottle at priority 9, and now we just have to wait for some water to dribble in. Actually, I disabled the pump. I did not quite disable it. I just cut off the stream to the main system. So right now we are just bringing everything we have in terms of water over here, and then finally when we're done, we're gonna dribble a little bit of naphtha on top of here. This is gonna allow us to always enter the room. We're gonna still close it off, but we would have a quick way to get back in there. Good. As mentioned, when it comes to the tiling, I want to go for solid charcoal, so I'm gonna set this up. Alright, I feel like we're ready to get this going. There's just one thing I noticed. Why didn't I put this below the steam turbines? This is just gonna bother me so much, and there's not even an even gap here. What's even going on? And I have my thermal aqua tuner. Why am I tuning back in? Nathan, you little fool. Yeah, I will have to move this, otherwise I'm not gonna be happy. It should be beneath the steam turbine. I'm really not sure. Gosh, this is gonna suck so much. I'll be right back. Okay, wonderful. I think I got everything fixed right now. There is a water layer, about 50 kilograms or so. That's going to be 20 kilograms per tile. The room below the steam room is actually always going to be accessible to me in this way. And I protected the little bit of naphtha that I have here with a mesh tile. So once we actually collected the hot materials, we never run the risk of heating up the naphtha to the point it becomes sour gas. That is sometimes a problem when the dupes just carry the stuff through the naphtha. You don't want that to happen. But at this point, we're ready to get things going. All I need to do is hook up this pipe here, and then we should have some water flowing into the cooling loop at least. And that is exactly what I want to see right now. And it's gonna go through the aqua tuner, which I have set to 25 degrees. So it's gonna run at 25 degrees. And then we're going through this liquid reservoir. Now, I do want to fill this up first. So let's maybe cut off the output there and let the reservoir fill up completely. So this is now all water coming in from the second planetoid again. And now also this room is symmetrical. I gotta love it. Totally worth the 4 or so cycles that it took me to fix it. I caught Nisbet here in a good loop. She is actually doing a lot of work for me. I just have to be careful to give her the next row before she's done. But yeah, this way we're gonna have the second room ready in no time. By the way, I also set up a little temporary auto sweeper that is gonna feed the water sieve. I want to do this more properly with a conveyor receptacle as well as a conveyor loader in the future, but I just needed this to run for the time being. Okay, looks like my liquid reservoir is almost full. I'm actually gonna cut off the flow right here and allow the rest of the water to get into the loop, then getting rid of these pipes as well, and we should be able to run the loop. Just connect the output. Do me the favor. Wonderful. Okay, now all the steam turbines will be cooled down. Let's just check that the loop is actually functional, but so far it's looking good. This will go through the next aqua tuner first. I mean, the aqua tuners are probably both not required, but we always have the ability to expand the cooling loop to more systems because it is capable of cooling down more stuff than just the steam turbines. But with that out of the way, we're ready to activate the thermosensor here. I'm gonna set this to above 200 degrees right here. We're gonna copy this setting, and what we should be seeing is all the doors closing for a brief moment until this is heated up enough to 200 degrees. And that is actually happening rather quickly. Oh my gosh, I just love magma power. It is amazing. Now, it might be a good idea to power the doors or to set up some kind of a filter so they don't always turn on and off all the time. But usually this isn't too much of an issue. And what we can always do is play with the sensors or maybe even add a little bit more water so we have a little more wiggle room. But if we just check out the temperatures, it's pretty much slightly above 200 degrees everywhere. Sometimes a little bit more, but that means at 200 degrees the steam engines can work at full efficiency. We could maybe try with 195 to maybe make sure we're not wasting too much power. Maybe we can even go down a little bit more. Okay, now it's time to enable this building again, and we're gonna go ahead, tune these steam turbines to always power my stuff. Oh no! The battery. Okay, dude, I really don't know what I'm thinking. Jeez, I think I'm gonna exchange this layer here anyways with something else. And I'm gonna set up my battery here. And of course we can always get back in to get this battery. But jeez, what the heck is going on with me? I think I need to take a little break. The thing is, we need to hook this up to our power system, of course. And we should be able to do that here. Let's just do this really quickly. Okay, at least I hooked it now up. So it's gonna feed into our main system. And clearly, yeah, we are now gaining power, so I have a little bit of time to fix this. Unfortunately, I made my way in here and now I have carbon dioxide in here. But the problem is, if I build the battery in a vacuum, then it's also not going to be very helpful. So honestly, if I could put this right here, this might even be the best course of action. I'm going to try to replace this. We might be getting... No, actually, if we get some steam here, we're screwed. I think we might be able to potentially fix this. Now, the room is shut off, so even if we got some steam, it's not gonna touch the magma. Actually, you know what? I just saved before I activated the steam room. I'm actually a little tempted, but let me try this first. Maybe it's not that bad. We can learn a lesson from this. Also, I'm gonna try 190 degrees because that seems to be holding up still. There it is. Okay, a little bit of steam, that was to be expected. Now we need somebody to mop up here until all the steam has condensed again. There, somebody, Nisbet, actually took over the job. Okay. That worked. Nice. Ren is finally tuning the steam turbines. Very good. And if I did everything right, I can now deconstruct this mesh tile and then make my way in. I just need somebody to pick up the water. Oh, thank you so much. I guess the only annoyance is we will always have to pick up the materials first, because otherwise they might choose other materials to build back the wall once I build it, and that very often just sucks. But I guess it's an adequate punishment for being foolish. Wonderful. Finally, my smart battery is connected and it's going directly into the system. Looks like, wait, Can I not really charge it up? That is really interesting. Right now it's out of sync with the other batteries, of course, but it might be just sharing some of the initial batteries. Yeah, look at that. Now it's finally capable of charging up. And also we get the 1275 watts here even. Amazing. Gotta love it. Wonderful. Right now we have an amazing amount of power. This is gonna last us for at least 1000 cycles, so longer than we are already playing, before everything will solidify into igneous rock. And until then, I would presume we have enough stuff for our petroleum generators, and then maybe even more, depending on what we're doing. Looks like I had a little bit of an accident here. I did not expect this to happen. This gas vent was just going nuts because, of course, there was a little bit of water in the way, and now we have 17 kilograms of oxygen in here. Holy cow. But yeah, we can easily take care of that with a pump and get it somehow back into our system. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way and our new geothermal plant that I'm very happy with, I think this is gonna run very smoothly. We are wrapping up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.